Ottawa. Welcome to Daytime Ottawa here on Rogers TV. Another great show for you today. And today we start in the kitchen. I'm going to go right to our first guest because he has the longest title, I think, of any kitchen segment I've ever had. Doug Knight joins me on the show. He is the owner, executive chef of Blazing Knights Catering and Sauce Company and Gringo's Blazing Sauces. Welcome. Great to have you here, Doug. Thanks for reaching out, by the way. I really always appreciate, throw things up on social media and you never know how many you're going to get. And I told you before the show, I think I have like 36 people to get back to who want to do a kitchen segment. But tell us a little bit about yourself and your background.
So I've been in the restaurant business since I was 14, so 40 years. I've left a couple times and always end up coming back. I love food. I wake up thinking about it. It's pretty much what I think about all the time. I'm always thinking about what I can do next. I mean, I just recently got into molecular gastronomy, which has been, it just gives you different options and it gives you the opportunity to create some really fun, not just tasty dishes, but also that look really cool.
Right. And fun is really important, right? I think, sometimes we get into jobs and we lose a little bit of that fun and passion. I mean, I don't. I have the best job in the world. But it's great to keep up and to try new things. And that's what you're going to show us today, right? You mentioned molecular gastronomy. We're doing, some sous vide today as well, right?
Well, not really sous vide, but we're retherming some stuff that was sous vide.
Okay. So, retherming.
Retherming.
I've never heard of that. Okay. We're retherming on the show today, my friends. Well, let's get started, and then we can talk a little bit as we go along here.
So I'm going to get you to do the guacamole. So I've got all my stuff in there. All you're going to need to do is, have you ever?
Oh, dude, I know how to do it.
Okay. I'm going to leave you to that.
Okay.
There's a fork here to add 1 lime.
Okay.
Juice that into there.
You got it.
And I'm just going to get some taco shells on.
All right. Nice knife, by the way.
Thank you.
Love it. Now, do you do, when you do your avocado, do you squeeze it in, or do you actually cut it and then, I kind of score it?
Yeah, you can do it.
And then scoop it?
And then scoop it. I did put a spoon out there for you if you'd like to do that.
Wonderful.
So we're going to do 2 different types of shells today. So today we've got tomato and garlic, as well as chipotle and lime. So more of the standard sauce.
Right. And you have a real love of tacos.
It's pretty much my obsession. I eat
really?
Tacos like 3 times a week.
You're kidding.
I've done beet-infused tacos.
Where did the obsession come from?
I go to Mexico a lot.
Okay.
I end up I end up a lot of times working with chefs in their kitchen. When I had my hot sauce company, when I was on my honeymoon, my wife got food poisoning and was stuck in the room. So I was in a place just having a beer and having some chips. And they had brought me this sauce out, and I was like, "You guys make this in house?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like the chef here. So I ended up working with the guy for about 2 hours in the back.
Oh, that's amazing.
And it was a lot of fun. And I actually did a sauce called El Camino Cerdo.
Okay.
Which it was all about the way they charred the tomatoes on a skillet. So it really brought out a lot of the caramelization in the tomato and the natural sugars. And when I brought it back to Canada, I was like, "Oh, this would be a great sauce." But to put a Canadian spin on it, I'm going to add maple sugar and bacon salt.
Nice.
So it was super tasty.
Wow.
We called it El Camino Cerdo, and it was a lot of fun.
Nice. I love it. You just want some of this in here?
Yeah. So you can squeeze in a couple limes.
Okay.
I'll get rid of these for you, Derek. Sorry.
I've always told people I just love cooking. I mean, I love going out, but making food at home, so much fun.
Yeah, I find a real meal at home it's more of an experience for me too, like getting my kids to cook with me.
Oh, for sure.
Getting my friends, I do an American Thanksgiving. I'm not American, but it's all about being able to cook turkey and getting together with your friends.
Yeah.
And I think food should be more about that, more about the experience of it and about getting people together. That's what it used to be.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it used to be a social thing. It brought community together as well, right? If you go to a lot of European countries, they just do it differently. Right, in our travel, we're always surprised. Big families out for a meal at a restaurant. It's amazing.
Think about how amazing those meals are,
yeah.
and you get to have quality time with your friends and family, you're doing stuff together, it makes the food taste better too.
Agreed. Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
It's
So am I going to just mash this up?
Yeah.
Okay.
So go ahead and mash that
All right.
up.
What else have you got in here? You got some tomato in there?
So I got some tomatoes in there, some fresh cilantro, and some just a little bit of jalapeno that I've chopped up really fine. We also got over there, we got a mango Napa slaw.
Look at this.
And then the dragon fruit pico that I'm going to top with, and some fresh cilantro at the end. And
this is the slaw here. Here, I'll bring those into. So you use dragon fruit, and as you said, it looks like dice.
Yeah, I always enjoyed
really
that
cool.
fruit because of the way it looks.
Yeah.
And the presentation of it, it's always fun, right?
Looks amazing. Okay, and then the other thing I wanted to mention to our viewers, what is this here? You have to explain this.
This is a super little fun caviar that I do. It's a watermelon ghost pepper caviar. It's probably my favorite one to do, just because of the color. I mean, I love like how detailed it is. It's got lots of vibrance to it. It's got lots of flavor, and then that nice accent of the ghost pepper in the background. I put enough in there so you do feel it, but it's not going to kill you.
Okay.
To me, food should be an experience, not a regret.
Right. That's a good way to put it. I love it. It actually reminds me a little bit of bubble tea, right? Little small.
And they do something similar to that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So why don't we pull out some of this meat?
So you've got pork, is that right?
So I've got two different types of pork. I wanted to talk a little bit about using cheaper cuts and making it work for you if you do have access to a sous vide. The beauty of this pork rib roast, I got this entire rib roast for $5.83.
Wow.
I had dinner last night, and I'm going to be making tacos with some of it today.
Still using it today. I love it.
You know what? The nice thing about the sous vide with pork, you don't lose any, look at how moist that is. Look at how tender it is. It's still going to be really, really full of flavor. And when you sous vide, you can add lots of different flavors. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put these right on the shells.
All right. Did you add any flavor to this?
So this one here is a barbecue pork.
Okay.
So I did two different types. The tenderloin that we're going to have as well is has got more of a chipotle style brine. Okay. And it was brined as opposed to just the sous vide and marinade. This one actually was brine.
So for people that aren't familiar with what sous vide is, can you just describe it to our viewers?
So sous vide is a water bath system. Essentially, the greatest thing about that is that you can keep the temperature of the entire cooking process the same. Okay. So if you want it at 130, you cook it at 130. The meat's still going to be medium rare. Right. Which is beautiful. Right?
Got about 60 seconds left. Like, you're still doing catering? Are you still selling your sauces?
Yeah. So the sauces I haven't relaunched yet, but I am doing dinner parties. I love to go and do dinner parties for people. Let them try. I'll go in and do tacos for them. I've done desserts. I'll do 5, 6, 7 course meals. Pair them with wine and beers and that sort of stuff. So lots of different fun stuff. I'd love to get you to try a taco.
Slide one over here, and we'll throw a little bit of.
So you go ahead and dress those up as you see fit.
How do people get in touch with you, Doug, if they're interested?
So I have a Facebook page, Blazing Nights Catering and Sauce Company, as well as Gringos, and you can also reach out on my personal page.
Fantastic. All right, I'm going to do a little taste test here. Tacos on live television can be interesting.
I was going to say it's brave.
So let's not. Dave, don't go to a close-up, okay? Listen, reach out to Doug Knight on Facebook if you're looking at getting some catering and getting somebody that's going to just wow you. I'm going to give this a try, and we'll be back right after this.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Learn all about the creation of the National Capital Region on The History of Ottawa, according to Phil Jenkins, on Rogers TV.
Today, I helped a senior find transportation to an important medical appointment.
Today, I helped a new mom find virtual programming so she didn't feel so isolated.
Today, I helped someone understand new government supports.
Every day, 211 navigators connect Canadians to critical government and community programs and services.
211. Help starts here.
Ottawa, it's the national capital of Canada. But how much do you know about the city's history? This is Phil Jenkins. Join me as I take you on a journey through Bytown's beginnings, Ottawa's crowning as capital, amalgamation, and its becoming a city of 1 million citizens. Watch The History of Ottawa, according to Phil Jenkins, exclusively on Rogers TV.
Celebrate Ottawa returns this fall with brand new episodes starting October 15th. The show features people, places, and events that make Ottawa such a vibrant place to call home. Join us Sunday evenings at 7.
Welcome back to the show. Back to give you a little bit of therapy today. Probably not what you're thinking. I'm talking decor therapy. Sue Pitchforth is the lead designer and owner of Decor Therapy Plus. She joins us here on the show. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
These are new segments that we're doing. That's what we're going to call them. Decor Therapy with Sue Pitchforth. Yeah. You're going to come back on a monthly basis. And what I love about the ideas that you always come up with, Sue, is that you're very conscious that not everybody has a big budget.
Oh, for sure.
And today we're talking about the magic. Don't be frightened, okay? Because one of these words could scare you. The magic of paint and wallpaper. Yeah. Two affordable ways. I mean, it does take some work, each of them, but quite affordable, right, to make a big change in your home.
For sure. So the easiest and quickest and least expensive way to update your home is through paint. Right. Number one. Or if you wanted to repaint furniture, again, that's another very quick, easy way to update something. Wallpaper, you know, I think most people, when they hear that word, as you alluded to, get scared.
They do. They do.
But it's, you know, the days of all the walls being wallpapered with borders, those days are gone. Right. And it's really wallpaper that's very specific. It could be an accent wall. It could be, you know, a fireplace. It's really very specific. We're not talking about entire rooms that are wallpaper.
Right, and the application process much easier. You won't go through perhaps a divorce because you've wallpapered together.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, hopefully not. Let's talk paint. So, sure. What about paint buying tips? Before I go out and even buy a can of paint, what should I be taking into consideration?
Well, for sure, I'm the color professional, so I always suggest to homeowners to make sure that you're selecting the right color. So, if you want to select your color, never look at the color downward. You're always going to look at the color this way because that's how the color appears on the wall.
Right. Okay.
And then what I would do is take your swatch to your favorite paint store and tell them what you want to paint.
Why is that important?
Because now there's so many with paint technology, there's so many different types of paint. There's bathroom paint, there's paint that has mold resistant features, there's VOC, glow-in-the-dark paint, glitter paint, all semi. There's
and then there's different finishes to all of those, right? Yeah. Matte and gloss and semi-gloss and so forth.
And you can paint furniture, you can paint cupboards. So each application or each type of paint is very different.
Right.
So I always say, take the color in, tell them what you're going to paint, and the paint professional will give you the right paint.
You sent us some photos, so I'll call for the first photo, David. We could bring that up because we got some sort of before and afters. Yes. So let's have a look here. We're looking at a fireplace here. Yeah,
this is a great example. The majority of homeowners aren't happy with their brass fireplace surrounds.
Yeah.
Very easy thing you can do is get some heat-resistant black spray paint, which is really barbecue spray paint.
Okay.
Tape it off, and you can spray paint it in 15 minutes.
Nice.
So we have an after photo. There's your after.
Oh, what a dramatic difference,
Such a difference, and it cost you $8.
Right. Yeah. David, you want to keep rolling through the photos here, and we'll just have a look at a couple of others?
Now, this is a great example. The dresser was found in a garage. They needed something for storage at the front hall. And then what we had decided to do was wallpaper the back wall in the entrance area. So this is the finish, the after.
Okay.
And I think we might have some befores or durings. There's the during, where we actually pull the dresser in, and you'll see there's 2 paint swatches, that we had 2 different options. And then we had that beautiful wallpaper. And again, the wallpaper is only on that one wall. It's not a large wall, so it's not too overwhelming. Again, paint can cover anything, and brick is such an easy thing. If you
People love brick, but they want it modernized, right?
Yes.
I guess that's the key,
yes.
right?
So here's the before.
Okay.
And as you see, you can't even see the beautiful mantle.
Yeah.
And there's so much going on in that brick. Once the homeowner painted the brick, which is very, very easy to do, you just need patience, it really, transforms it, and it looks updated. Look how
There's
beautiful
the
it looks
after. I
modern.
know, it doesn't even look like the same space. And as you said, that other one, the before, the mantle just disappeared into the brick. You couldn't see it whatsoever, right?
For sure.
Just amazing.
Yeah.
When it comes to wallpaper, choosing the right one, I mean, that's a... Oh, this... Actually, I want to talk about this first, because here's a dining room set, and this is what you were saying a little bit earlier, the fact that walls aren't just for painting, right? You can paint other things.
Oh, absolutely. So this is it's a very nice dining room set, but I have to say that my clients didn't love it because it didn't fit into their house.
Right.
So she decided, you know what, I'm going to paint it and bring it up to this century, and now they love it. So here's some photos of the during the paint. It's really, just take your time. You don't have to rush it. And you'll be amazed at how, after you finish painting something, you will walk around the house with a paintbrush. Guaranteed, 100%.
What are we looking at here in this kitchen?
So, we talked earlier about wallpaper. There's also peel and stick wallpaper. And this was my son's kitchen, actually, at his first home. And we basically used peel and stick wallpaper, and we put it as a backsplash.
Okay.
So I think many of us at a certain age remember MacTac.
Yes.
And MacTac, once you put it anywhere, is there for 2 centuries. Peel and stick now, you can just remove it. It won't damage the wall.
Right. Tell me about this shot.
Again, here's very specific purpose for wallpaper. When we walked into the house, the whole wall was just one color. You couldn't even see the fireplace. So you'll notice that now the room has a beautiful
So you wallpapered? That's wallpaper around. Oh, wow. That is so... And it just gives you an idea, too, of how wallpaper is sort of modernized as well, right? I mean,
absolutely.
There's like literally thousands to choose from now, right?
There is, for sure.
It's unbelievable.
It really can give you a headache.
So don't be afraid of wallpaper, but don't do an entire room.
Yes.
That's the basis of the story. 30 seconds left here. How do people get in touch with you if they need help with everything that we've talked about here?
You can find me on Facebook, Decor Therapy Plus, or my website, decortherapyplus.com.
You're coming back next month. Do you have an idea what we're doing yet?
I think maybe holding on to your memories without holding on to your stuff.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah,
I love that. Sue
that.
Pitchforth will be back next month to join us. We'll be back, by the way, with more Daytime Ottawa right after this. Don't go anywhere.
I belong here.
You may think I don't fit in.
That I don't look the part.
But to me, curling is more than a sport.
It's my community.
Together, we can sweep away the barriers.
Create spaces where we all belong.
And experience the joy of curling.
I belong here.
We belong here.
We unite, and united we curl.
My name is Matthew Rutledge. I'm a 60 scoop survivor, born in Red Lake. Was adopted from there to Toronto at the age of 4. A lot of our brothers and sisters, family members got separated from each other. That was the government's goal, to break that connection from brothers and sisters. Basically taking the Indian out of the child. Right now, they're still trying to find themselves. Originally, my birth name is Harvey Halverson. In my high school days, teens, I was trying to fit into society. I knew I was First Nations, but I didn't know who I was inside. I think later in life, I started that journey. I am proud, Anishinaabe man, who I am now. I love life, who I am.
Join us for season 4 of Simply Cooking by Chef, Sunday nights at 8 o'clock, right here on Rogers TV.
Play 4 games of bingo from the comfort of your own home each Monday at 7 p.m. for your chance to win money from our $2,000 regular bingo or $5,000 super bingo night. Kiwanis TV Bingo, Mondays at 7 p.m. on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to the show. You'll recognize my next guest because 8 a.m. weekdays, you catch her on the Fitness Faction. Cara Evans joining me here on the show. Welcome back. Great to have you here.
Thank you, thank you.
I know we talked about it last time you were here, but I always love the story about how you got into personal training and how you fell in love with it. Tell us a little bit about your background.
I love fitness. I've always loved fitness, and I actually got into fitness heavy when my kids started going to school.
Okay.
And you know, you're on mat leave and it's like, what do I do? Well, because I have a few kids, so you know, range and age.
Yeah.
And I started going to the gym. And I started falling in love with the feeling of moving and hitting those goals and meeting new people. And I love making people feel good.
Yeah.
And moving and the endorphins and
you do that in two ways.
Out.
You do that on the physical side, but you have that great personality, right? That helps motivate people, and I think some of us need that. I mean, I've told you before, I needed it, right? That's why I ended up with a personal trainer, because I'm just not one to go to the gym and motivate myself. I just need somebody to kick me in the butt a little bit.
Yeah.
But do it in a manner that it's fun, and that's what you love to do with your clients, right?
Exactly. So you have to keep it fun, and I like to call it exercise in disguise, because when you don't really feel like you're working, you're having a great time, and you start seeing results, it's amazing, right?
Right.
So I have a few tips on how to keep you motivated.
Okay, let's do it. Let's get into it.
The first most important thing for me is to do something that you love.
Right.
Right? So I started going to the gym. I fell in love with the dance classes and the yoga and the feeling that you get from that, but also with the people that you meet, right? So what do you like to do?
Oh, for me, I mean, badminton, curling. I love football. I mean, you know what? I love strength training too. I'm not a big cardio person. I apologize to everybody out there. Listen, cardio is just one of those things I find out difficult time. It's not that I don't do it.
Right.
It's just that I find it difficult for me to get motivated to do it.
Okay, well, I brought something to motivate you.
Okay.
It's just a regular jump rope.
Yeah.
You know, and this makes cardio fun.
Right.
And this will blast. The show is a HIIT workout, so you know high intensity interval training.
Right.
So we take your heart rate up and down. So you work, and then we get some cardio in there, and you work, and it's.
So what's your target audience on the show? Would you say?
Anybody who wants to move.
Okay.
Everybody.
Okay. Everybody wants to move,
yes,
of course.
And people who want to do it at home, because we do it with things from around the house. But you're trying to distract me from the cardio that we're going to do.
Maybe
we're going to do this.
Okay, all right.
So
I haven't skipped rope for, I don't know, 30 years.
We're going to make it fun.
Okay.
So this is fun, and this is a fun way to get your cardio in. Be careful, watch the wall behind you.
I don't want to hit you. That's
and you're going to see how quickly your heart rate goes up.
Here we go.
Woo! Check them out. Yeah. See, just
Shouldn't I be singing some little song or something?
We need a song.
I don't even know them anymore. I used to skip with my neighbor across the street, Jennifer Burke.
See? And now you've been doing this for what, 10, 15 seconds?
Yeah.
How's your heart?
I'm already up there.
Right?
No, it's true.
And
it was fun. I admit it.
You had a great time.
I did.
I mean,
did.
When you do something that you love, it makes the cardio easier, right?
For sure.
So I love working out, and I'm going to work you out. And I work out with my friends. That's tip number 2.
Work out with friends.
Work out with friends. Find people who motivate you and who will keep you accountable.
Okay.
So when you wake up in the morning, if your routine is, sometimes I go to the gym, but sometimes I hit snooze. If you know your friend is waiting for you at the gym and is going to be like, where were you?
No, you're 100% right.
You're not going to
I can't argue with anything that you're saying. Anything. Hey, look, there you are on the screen.
So
doing a little bit of
So
exercise with a couple of your friends, right?
Yes, and I work out with my friends because they keep me motivated. That is Shane and Monique. They are amazing. I met them at the gym.
Did you really?
Yes.
And then brought them onto the show.
Yes.
That's amazing.
And over the pandemic, when everything was closed, we really kept each other motivated when we couldn't get together. We were together on camera, on
on
all
Zoom
of the
or
apps.
whatever else you're using.
Exactly.
Teams So you brought a mat here. What are we doing here?
I brought a mat because I want to teach you a couple of things that are super easy if you were a beginner.
Right.
So some people have very tough time doing a push-up.
Right.
Can you do a push-up?
Yeah, I can do a push-up.
Show me one push-up.
Yeah, you got it.
All right.
You got this.
Here we go.
There you go.
That is a one. Okay, I asked for one, but he's given it to me. Very nice.
Hey?
So
not bad for the old man.
You're showing me up. So
I don't think so.
For people who have a hard time doing push-ups, I would suggest doing a plank. So get back in your plank. So your proper plank is your hands directly below your shoulders, and if you have a hard time doing a push-up, slowly lower down. That's it, all the way down, all the way down. That's it. And that's all you do. You put your knees down and you get back up, but you got up like a push-up.
I gotcha.
Yeah. So it's about building the stamina and the strength on your way down. Now lie on your back.
Okay.
We're gonna do a reverse crunch. So you bring your knees up, keep your tailbone back, and rock a little bit. Can you rock? You should come down a little bit.
Like rock back and forth?
No, just rock your hips up. Rock your hips
I feel
up
like
this
I'm
way.
10 years old now.
Rock your hips up this way.
This way?
Yes, and squeeze. Can you feel that in your abs? Yeah.
Are you kidding? The old COVID tire is getting a workout here.
And strength is the goal,
wow,
right?
What a difference.
Yeah. And it's a crunch. So,
and I actually have an issue with my tailbone. It was just a birth defect. Didn't grow all the way. So doing the opposite style of push-up actually is painful.
Yes.
So this one isn't because it never sort of touches the ground.
That's right.
Look at you. Changed my life, Car Evans.
That's why I'm here.
Of course. You have your show here on Rogers TV, but if people want to get in touch with you and work out with you, what's the best way?
They can find me on social media. I'm under Car Evans, or on Instagram at Car.
Car.
Very easy.
With 2 R's.
With 2 R's.
Yeah. That's the important thing to remember. Again, a reminder, the Fitness Faction airs right here on Rogers TV, Monday to Friday at 8 a.m. We'll be back with more right after this, and I'll catch my breath. Been holding it in.
Summer days, summer nights, lots of things to do, places to go, and people to see. If you're having a few drinks, be sure to plan ahead and get home safely. We don't want to pick you up. Drinking drivers risk injuries to themselves and others and take chances with their license, their jobs, and their future. Remember what's at stake and choose your ride, whether you're the driver, the passenger, or the party host. Thanks for supporting sober driving. I hope we never meet.
Visit arrivealive.org to find out more.
Hi, my name's Ange. I'm from the Angelina Hunter Trio. We will be performing this week as part of Encore Ottawa 3, and we really hope that you enjoy our set.
The OHL on Rogers TV.
Michaela is loving, caring, energetic. She's adventurous. She's fearless. The Warmps have been there from the start with financial assistance with her first prosthetic.
it's very important for Michaela to have access to these different devices so that she's able to do everything that anybody else can do.
We can't thank people enough for donating to the key tag service.
Thank you!
Join me, holistic chef Daniela Croco, for season 4 of Simply Cooking by Chef, right here on Rogers TV.
Hi everybody, my name is Brian Aslan and I'm with the Commotions. We are performing Encore Ottawa 3 this week. Be sure to tune in.
Welcome back to the show, back to tell you about a wonderful celebration celebrating some amazing volunteers here in our community. And we are so incredibly fortunate in Ottawa that we have so many people that volunteer their time. That's not to say that there aren't some challenges out there, which we will tell you about, but the Voskers are coming up. It's a wonderful gala here to tell us more. I'm joined by Christine Trout-Mansdorf. She is the Executive Director of Volunteer Ottawa. Welcome back. Great to have you in person this time,
it's
by the way.
It's fabulous to be here. Thanks so much, Derek.
Let's talk about Volunteer Ottawa before we get to the gala and some of these wonderful people we'll be celebrating. Tell us a little bit about Volunteer Ottawa and what that mission is.
We celebrated our 66th birthday on Sunday last
66
week. 66 years. Volunteer Ottawa grew out of the Social Planning Council many, many years ago. It's one of about 150 volunteer centres all over the country. And we promote volunteerism and we connect people who want to give a hand, to practice some new skills with organizations that need their help.
Yeah, and I love that, you've used technology so well. 66 years ago, probably not as easy to find volunteer opportunities as it is today because of that technology. Tell us about, your website and how you make it really simple for people to find a great fit.
Yeah, so the core of the website are our volunteer postings. So about 300 and 320 organizations, they can post like job opportunities, a description of what the job is, how many hours a week are involved, what kind of skills you need, and you can go and cruise through those volunteer opportunity postings. If you see something that you like that suits you, you can hit apply, and then you fill out a little
sort of break it down, Christine, by category and that sort of thing?
There's all sorts of search things that you can use. You can say, I'm interested in doing it in the evenings. I'm someone between 15 and 19 years old. I'm looking for my 40 hours at high school. I'm an older person. I have lots of time. I can drive. I don't want to drive.
Wow.
You can filter on just about anything you want.
I did mention off the top there are some challenges though when it comes to volunteering. And those nonprofits and those charities are seeing some pretty significant shortages. Is that right?
There are some serious challenges. We've never really fully recovered yet from the pandemic, when all the volunteer programs, or most of them, had to close down, and people's lives have gotten busier and more complicated since then. And so most organizations are seeing still the recruitment, the retention is still a real struggle, but at the same time, their programs and services that they're offering to the community, there's higher demand in a lot of areas.
Of course.
And I think the ones that we sometimes forget about is that I think about 2/3 of the charities in Canada are entirely run by volunteers.
Yeah.
There are no paid staff. And so volunteer shortages really it's the difference between carrying on and having to shut down.
Let's talk about those benefits, right? This is a great way to sort of raise awareness and give a shout out to people out there of, you're not just helping somebody else, there's so many benefits to yourself as well.
That's everybody who does this kind of thing says that, and that's why they stay. I mean, we talk a lot about giving back and helping out with the community and whatnot, and that's super important. But I think it's important too to say, I'm looking for something, and different people at different stages of their lives are looking for different things.
Right.
Young people, kids in high school, it's not just the 40 hours. They're looking to sort of explore some career opportunities, maybe meet some new people, find a mentor, see what there is to going on in the community outside of their school. Older folks, maybe they've retired and they're thinking, I still have a lot to do. I need a little bit of a schedule. I want a little structure in my life. I want to meet some new people. And then the other huge group that is interested in volunteering are newcomers, people who are maybe changing careers a little bit, building out their networks, making sure that they know where to go to to find employment. Maybe they're waiting for an approval of some kind, and they want to be able to get involved.
Let's talk about the Voskers. There is a great connection here to Rogers TV as well when it comes to the Lifetime Achievement Award, right?
We're celebrating all volunteers in Ottawa. On Thursday night, we're doing it at the Sala San Marco. But the highlight of the night is the presentation of the Lifetime Achievement Award to Sarah Oniango. She's the host of Font on Farm here at Rogers. But she's been doing many, many other things. She's been volunteering in the community for over 30 years, very active both at Rogers but also at the CHUO at the University of Ottawa.
That's right,
she's on every week, I think. She's been working with Black History Ottawa for a long, long time. United Way, East Ontario, she's been recognized as a community builder twice. You name it, and she's been involved.
Yeah, she's pretty much done it. One of 8 people you'll be celebrating, right?
That's right.
Give me an idea of some of the other volunteers.
So we have 8 different categories, 7 different categories in addition to the Lifetime Achievement. We have Outstanding Youth, Outstanding Senior. We have what's called Skilled Volunteering, so recognizing people like lawyers or accountants or carpenters or puppeteers even, who are using their professional skills in a volunteer capacity. We have corporate volunteering, and there we're recognizing, companies and organizations that are giving an opportunity for their employees to get out in the community, maybe gain some new skills, but it's on company time.
Right.
Yeah. So we've got some wonderful wonderful opportunities.
Just tell me about, obviously, you haven't been able to do that celebration for quite some time. What is that evening like? It's pretty special, and it's not just special, as you said, for the people that we're celebrating, those 8 people or in organizations. It's gathering people together. Most people in that room, I imagine, Christine, are volunteers themselves, right?
They're volunteers, and they're people who appreciate what volunteers do. So lots of people from the charities and not-for-profits in the community. Some of them have nominated their own volunteers, so they're there to cheer them on.
Yeah.
And we've also got some people who really feel strongly about the value that volunteering brings to the community. The mayor's going to be there. He has a Mayor's Award for Volunteer Spirit, so Mayor Sutcliffe is going to be on site to present that award. And then we've got some fabulous community sponsors who come in and help us put on the evening and help support the work that Volunteer Ottawa does as well. We've got Hydro Ottawa is our presenting sponsor.
Excellent.
We've got the Community Radio Fund of Canada is sponsoring our Lifetime Achievement Award. Algonquin College, Carleton University. There's a great list of people that we so appreciate what they've been
Unfortunately,
able to do
tickets
for us.
aren't available any longer.
We're
but
sold out. We've got 200 people coming.
It's a good problem to have.
It's a great problem.
It really is.
Yeah.
Christine, great to see you again. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks so much, Derek.
Really appreciate it. Again, I really encourage you, if you're looking for a volunteer opportunity, volunteerottawa.ca, and as Christine described, you can filter it down to whatever you want, and there are so many opportunities out there available to everybody. We'll be back with more right after this.
On the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, we encourage Canadians to pause and remember all that veterans have sacrificed for us, lest we forget.
Johnny wanted to go back home. It was 1,000 kilometers away. They forced him to go to the Indian residential school. More than 150,000 of us children had to go. They wanted to change us.
Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name.
Hallowed be your name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done. Kill the Indian and the child. It's been called cultural genocide. I survived residential school. My brother Johnny did not.
Chani Wenjack was one of thousands of children who died due to Canada's residential school system. More than 80,000 survivors and their families still live with its legacy today.
Learn all about the creation of the National Capital Region on The History of Ottawa, according to Phil Jenkins, on Rogers TV.
Celebrate Ottawa returns this fall with brand new episodes starting October 15th. The show features people, places, and events that make Ottawa such a vibrant place to call home. Join us Sunday evenings at 7.
Welcome back to Daytime Ottawa. You know, actually, I think it's a great segue talking to Christine from Volunteer Ottawa to talking to my next guest, because he's been a big part of Ottawa's community, a real estate agent for over 36 years. He's also the author of a fantastic book. It is called Pause, Rewind, Play, Old Rules for a New World. Rocco Manfredi joins me here on the show, author and real estate agent. Welcome. Great to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
I'm going to show this cover right away, Rocco,
Yes.
because a lot of younger people at home probably don't recognize what this is right here. That's called a cassette tape, kids, and we used to listen to music on that. Wanted to talk a little bit about, first of all, the title of the book. Tell me a little bit about this book and the title.
The title basically came about by looking at our lives today. It's so fast-paced. We're always on the go, where I've always been taught you can't forget where you came from. So it was a matter of pause, take a break, rewind, look at where you came from, and the values and the principles that were taught to you back then to help you for the future.
Interesting you say busy lives these days. You're a real estate agent for over 36 years. I mean, that's a busy industry in itself. How have you managed to find balance in your life over the years?
I've heard that word many times, and I still trying to search for the balance. I love what I do.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of, I mean, I've been working 6-7 days a week for 90% of my career. Okay. I enjoy it. I enjoy meeting the people, and it's fun. Every day is an adventure.
Inspiration for the book. Why did you decide to pen this book, Rocco?
So I've always wanted to write a book. And unfortunately, February 6, 2020, my dad passed away. My daughters, I have twin girls. Okay. They didn't even turn 10 yet. And I thought, they're going to miss out on all the stories, all the history, everything about our family. They knew really nothing about our family. So I thought it was a great opportunity to go back and show them where we came from. And the book goes back to my grandfather, who was born in 1913, went through World War II, to coming to Canada as an immigrant, then my father coming 2.5 years later, and up until where I am today. So it was a history of showing 3 generations of Manfredis, and to where we are today. And everybody sees where you are, but nobody knows where you've come from.
Right, yeah, no, it's a great way to put it, yeah.
It was to teach them also that, and if I can write a book, I want them to feel that they can do anything they want.
Tell me a little bit more about your dad. What kind of person was he? What did you learn from your dad? Like, what would you put there at the top, one of the big learning moments from him?
There is so much. The one thing that he taught me more than anything is work ethic. My father came when he was 13 years old, and he went to St. Anthony's School on Booth Street, and they got into a lot of fights back then because as an immigrant, you know, they didn't call you names, they got into fights. And he stood his ground, and to a point where they were actually threatening to put him into reform school. So I can still visually see it when I drive by St. Anthony's. He jumped out of the second floor window, walked to Rideau Street, and got a job as a dishwasher at 14 years old.
You are kidding me.
No, and
jumped out of the second-story window?
Yep.
And didn't injure himself, obviously, enough, because he was able to walk, and wow.
Nope. And then he started working, and he was relentless. He worked 6 days a week.
What did he do for a living, like later on
construction?
In his
life? Construction. It was ceramic, tile, marble.
Yeah.
And he taught me a lot of lessons. And one is that he said, in Canada, as long as you do one thing and you do it very well and specialize, you'll have a happy life.
So, you know, this is obviously a very personal book for you and your family. For viewers that read the book, what do you think they should take away from it?
Well, so I wrote the book in a way that I wanted the reader to put themselves in their life when they were young. So I find that as immigrants or people even that were born in Canada, it's the similar. It's the way we were raised. It's the values. It's the principles that I grew up with, that generation grew up with, that I think we're lacking a little bit right now. And it's the work ethic. It's the respect. It's the appreciation.
Yeah, I mean, okay, if you were to pinpoint some of those things that you think is lacking, obviously you said, sort of that motivation, that willing to work hard. What else is on that list for you when you look at this sort of new world?
Well, the one thing my mother told me all the time when I was growing up, she said, get along with everybody. She always said, you're no better than anybody else, but you're no worse. We're all the same. And I got along with everybody. I mean, literally, it didn't matter where or, what different lifestyle you're at. Everybody got along. And that's one thing that I think we're missing right now is it's, a little bit divisive the way society is right now.
Yeah.
Whereas we should be all getting along. There's no reason why we shouldn't be.
You do a lot of motivational videos. Is it once a week that you put them out?
Every Monday, yeah.
Well, yeah, tell me about that decision. I mean, how do you come up with sort of new themes and new topics each and every week?
I just go through the week and I try to find a conversation that I've had with somebody, because the beauty of real estate is that you meet so many fascinating people, amazing stories, amazing history. And there's always something during that week that it's like an aha moment. That'd be a good motivational Monday morning video.
What was your aha moment last week? You remember?
Last week was if you can dream it, you can make it happen. And I've seen a lot of people become very successful over my 36 years in real estate. And all through, they wanted a dream, and they made it happen. They worked hard enough that they made that dream come happen.
Where can people pick up a copy, by the way, of the book?
It's on Amazon.
Okay.
There is going to be a QR code that they can look at and order it.
Fantastic. The other thing I want to mention is a real estate agent over 36 years here in Ottawa, and I've been looking for somebody to talk about the market here in Ottawa. Advice, buyers and sellers. You've agreed you're going to come back on a monthly basis and
I would love to
and walk people through that and use all this knowledge that you've had over the years, because I imagine it's changed dramatically, right? Over the last few years for many different reasons. So maybe that's kind of our starting point next time you come back.
Perfect. I
Sound
look forward
good?
to it. Absolutely.
All right. Rocco Manfredi, you can find his book, as he said, on Amazon. It's called Pause, Rewind, Play, Old Rules for a New World. Don't go anywhere. Coming up after the break, we're going to talk about the Ottawa Canadian Film Festival. Some amazing local films here and some great films from right across the country. We'll be back with Blair Campbell about that right after this. Don't go anywhere.
I'm Wendell Clark with a word about winning. We all know it takes a team effort in any sport and with any challenge. You can be a part of the winning team that shuts out impaired driving. Whether you're out on the town or just hanging out with friends, drink responsibly. Always have a plan for a safe ride home for yourself, your family, and your friends. You'll be helping to shut out impaired driving.
Visit ArriveAlive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive sober.
Join us for Season 4 of Simply Cooking by Chef, Sunday nights at 8 o'clock, right here on Rogers TV.
Hello, I'm Liz Dowdswell, Lieutenant Governor of Ontario. In 2008, carbon monoxide, a deadly invisible gas, killed an entire family in our province. That tragedy led to a new law requiring homes with potential CO sources to have alarms. John Gignac's family members passed away that day, and he shares his story to save others.
Please make sure you have working CO alarms in your home. Protect your family today.
Play 4 games of bingo from the comfort of your own home each Monday at 7 p.m. for your chance to win money from our $2,000 regular bingo or $5,000 super bingo night. Kiwanis TV Bingo, Mondays at 7 p.m. on Rogers TV.
Hi, Hi, my name's Ange. I'm from the Angelina Hunter Trio. We will be performing this week as part of Encore Ottawa 3, and we really hope that you enjoy our set.
Welcome back to Daytime Ottawa. The Ottawa Canadian Film Festival is coming up shortly. A great opportunity to view some fabulous Canadian films and some local films. I am joined by Blair Campbell. He's the co-founder of the festival. Welcome. Great to have you here, Blair.
Great to be here.
Give me a little bit of the history behind this festival.
Well, the Ottawa Canadian Film Festival was started by myself and other co-founder about 7 years ago, and the reason we started it is there's an incredible amount of talent in terms of independent filmmakers here in Ottawa and across Canada. We wanted to create a venue for the artists to get their films seen.
Blair, I guess you probably felt at the time, like I do, and I'm sure many Canadians, that we weren't getting enough opportunities to showcase the talent we have in this country, and that, unfortunately, we've seen a lot of people, leave to other countries. Was that part of the motivation and inspiration?
It's part of the motivation for sure. Again, to create that opportunity, because as an artist, the most important thing for an artist is for their work to be seen. And we wanted to create an opportunity for people to not only view the movies, but also have a chance to interact with the filmmakers directly, to kind of provide the type of direct feedback and connection that the artists themselves are looking for.
Yeah, I guess that's what makes this festival unique, is that you're going to meet many of the artists, many of the filmmakers, a chance to do some Q&As as well with these filmmakers?
Yes, that's correct. So this year's festival, we have 18 films, 1 feature, 17 short films, and it's over the 3 days of the actual festival. And of that, we have all the local films that are being shown, 5. All the filmmakers are participating in the festival this year.
Excellent.
Plus, we have a number of other filmmakers from out of town that are coming into town specifically to participate at the festival this year.
How are the films chosen? Like, how are they curated?
Well, we have a call for films early in the year. This year, we had over 230 films that were submitted. Our board of directors goes through, we create a short list, and then we turn our short list over to a jury. This year, our jury was a combination of past alumni filmmakers and people who are just interested in films, and that was a jury of 25 people. They then pick the actual films that go into the festival itself each year.
What kind of variety are we going to see as far as, themes, storylines?
Everything.
Really?
Absolutely everything. Drama, narratives, documentaries, experimental films, animation. You guess it, it's there.
One that really caught my eye, and I was so glad that you sent this particular trailer to us, and that is the story of the Rito Bakery. And I was saying, my family has history. My father was their accountant for, I know, over 30 years. It might be over 35 years. And you have a personal connection to the Rito Bakery as well, right?
That's right. When I was younger, my father worked down the street from where the Rito Bakery was, and when I would often take the bus downtown to have lunch with him, and we would sit at the lunch counter at the Rito Bakery and have lunch there, which was delicious, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing fancy, but incredibly great food. And of course, we all are in mourning for the loss of our triple rye bread.
Yes, that is true. Actually, we have a little snippet from that film. Let's roll that, and we'll continue our conversation in a moment.
The look of the counter today is the same as it was when we first opened in 1965. It's trapped in time. We opened the lunch counter initially because there was really nowhere to have kosher food, kosher meals at a restaurant.
As far as kosher counters are concerned, I'm not familiar with too many in Canada, if there are any others at all.
I remember the counter from when I was a little girl. I don't think it's changed. It was always on this side. And the display cases with all the food, the donuts and the chocolate roll and the cookies and the bread behind. It's how I remember it when I was a young girl.
Food is excellent. It's not terribly expensive, and we're always meeting people here that we know. It's really just nice to come and be among.
It really was more than just a bakery and a place. It was a gathering place, right? It was a it was a community place. Yes. Everybody not only from around that neighborhood, but people would come from far and wide, right?
Had a huge impact on local culture, local communities as well, and it's an incredible story of this family's journey.
As far as films in general, like, where did your passion for films come? Are you a filmmaker yourself, Blair?
I originally trained in radio and television and film production. Life happened and I went into a completely different career for 40 years or so, and then when I retired from that, I woke up one morning and went, you know what, I was always interested in film, so I started the festival with some friends of mine, and I've also started working as a producer for independent filmmakers as well.
Oh, terrific.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, the growth of the film industry in Canada and in Ottawa, tell me a little bit about that scene and what sort of growth have we seen over the last, I would say, couple of decades?
Well, there's certainly been a huge effort to bring bigger Hollywood-type productions into Canada. Vancouver, you always hear the West Coast and Vancouver getting, or Toronto getting so much of that, but there's been a real effort through the Ottawa Film Office to attract other commercial properties. And as well, we all know that Ottawa and Elmont in particular are the hallmark movie capital of Canada, and especially Christmas movies. There's just an amazing number of Christmas movies that are actually shot in this area as well each year. So.
I think one of the unique things about your festival too is you actually pay the filmmakers, right?
That was a guiding principle of our festival. Is two things are important. One is let the artists let their films be seen. This is three things. Let them meet the audience, but then the other part is give them money, give them screening fees that'll help them finance their next film. Because a lot of independent filmmakers are starting in that area to then build to a bigger and bigger career, and you always need money when you're an independent filmmaker. 100%.
Blair, really appreciate the time today. Thank you so much. Again, the festival happening at the Bytown Cinema, November 2nd and 3rd at 7 p.m.
And the 4th.
And the 4th at 9 p.m. We'll be back with more right after this.
On Rogers TV.
Join me, holistic chef Daniela Croco, for season 4 of Simply Cooking by Chef right here on Rogers TV.
Hi everybody, my name is Brian Aslan and I'm with The Commotions. We are performing Encore Ottawa 3 this week. Be sure to tune in.
Learn all about the creation of the National Capital Region on The History of Ottawa, according to Phil Jenkins, on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to the show. I want to big thanks again, by the way, to all the guests on the show. And you know what? A big thanks as well, and I know I mention them every now and then, but probably don't mention them enough. We had Volunteer Ottawa on the show today. Christine did a great job of just explaining how great their website is, volunteerottawa.ca. But we're a volunteer-driven television station. When I say that to people, people are always surprised. So outside of myself and our director, Dave, everyone on camera and in the control room, all volunteers, and can't say enough how much we appreciate them. So you might be able to find us on volunteerottawa.ca, by the way, if you want to come and be a part of this amazing team. Big thanks as well to Doug Knight, who's, I think, prepared tacos for the entire crew here. You can find Doug, by the way, personally on Facebook at Doug Knight, and you can also check out his catering site on Facebook at Blazing Knights Catering and Sauce Company. Big thanks to Sue Pitchforth. Again, she'll be back on a monthly basis with some great decor ideas. Don't forget Car Evans. If you're looking to get a little workout, get your cardio, get your heart rate up, weekdays right here on Rogers TV at 8 a.m. VolunteerOttawa.ca is the play. And by the way, on tomorrow's show, Dan Mooney, the play-by-play announcer for the Ottawa 67s, will be joining us. We've got all that and more. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media.
I'm Meg, and this is Fit Finley, and we're from Fit Over 50. Join me for a new season, which is full of awesome workouts designed for adults 50 plus. Improve your motivation, your strength, and your energy. Join me for a new season of Fit Over 50 exclusively on Rogers TV.
Some of Canada's most interesting and accomplished people share their lives, careers, insights, and stories each week